Hello and welcome to English Audio Lab. I'm Trevor.
And I'm Alicia. We're so glad you're here to practice English with us today.
Today we are talking about a feeling that everyone has sometimes. It's the feeling of being unmotivated.
Yes, unmotivated. That feeling when you know you should do something, but you just don't have the energy or the desire to do it. It can be hard.
Exactly. But don't worry. Today we will learn some useful English phrases to talk about this feeling. And we will also share some gentle, positive ways to find your motivation again.
You know, Trevor, this topic reminds me of last winter. I was trying to improve my Spanish, and at first I was so excited. I practiced every day.
That sounds great. What happened?
Well, after a month, the weather got cold and gray, and I started to feel tired. I would sit down with my books, and my mind just felt empty. I couldn't seem to get going.
You couldn't seem to get going. That's a perfect way to describe it. It's like the engine won't start.
Exactly. I felt like I was in a slump. I knew I should study, but I would just watch TV instead. I started to feel guilty about it.
That is such a common experience, Alicia. When you're learning something new, it's normal to have periods where you feel motivated and periods where you don't. The important thing is not to be too hard on yourself.
So, what did you do? Did you just stop learning?
For a little while, yes, I took a break. But then I realized I missed it, so I tried something different. Instead of forcing myself to study grammar, I started watching a simple TV show in Spanish, just for 10 minutes a day.
Oh, that's a great idea. A small, easy step.
It was, and slowly my motivation came back. I learned that sometimes when you feel stuck, you just need to change your routine. That's a wonderful story, Alicia, and you used some excellent phrases. Let's talk about them. The first one you used was, I can't seem to get going.
Right. It means you are finding it difficult to start something.
Exactly. For example, you can say, I have a lot of work to do, but I can't seem to get going this morning. It means you're at your desk, but you're not starting the work.
And what about the other phrase I used? To be in a slump.
Great question. To be in a slump means to be in a period of low performance or low motivation. It's not just for one morning, it's usually for a few days or even a few weeks.
So you could say, I haven't been to the gym all month. I'm really in a slump.
Perfect example. It communicates that your lack of motivation has lasted for a while. Another very useful phrase is to hit a wall.
To hit a wall, like with your car?
No. In this context, it's a figure of speech. It means you have reached the point where you can make no more progress. You are stuck.
Oh, I see. So if I am studying English vocabulary and suddenly I can't remember any new words, I could say, I've hit a wall.
Precisely. It means your brain is tired and needs a rest. When you hit a wall, the best thing to do is often to stop and come back later. Now let's listen to a few short dialogues. In these conversations, you will hear people using these phrases. Alicia and I will play the role.
Okay, I'm ready. Dialogue 1. Two friends are talking. I will be Sarah, and Trevor, you can be Ben. Hey Ben, how are you doing?
Hi, Sarah. To be honest, I'm in a bit of a slump.
Oh no, why? What's wrong?
I've been applying for new jobs for weeks, but I haven't heard anything back. Now I just feel so unmotivated. I look at the computer, but I can't seem to get going on another application.
That sounds really tough. It's okay to feel that way. Job searching is exhausting.
I know, I just feel like I've hit a wall.
Maybe you just need a short break. Why don't we go for a walk? Don't think about jobs for one afternoon. We can just relax.
That sounds really nice, actually. Thanks, Sarah. Okay, end of dialogue. Did you hear the phrases, Ben said he was in a slump?
Yes, because he has been feeling unmotivated for a few weeks. He also said he can't seem to get going on a new application.
And finally, he said he'd hit a wall, meaning he felt stuck and couldn't make progress. Notice how his friend Sarah was very supportive. She didn't say, you should work harder. She offered a break.
All right, time for dialogue 2. This time it's a student named Maria talking to her piano teacher. I will be the teacher, and Trevor, you can be Maria.
Okay, sounds good. Hi, thanks for meeting me. I wanted to talk about my practice. I feel like I'm not making any progress.
I see. Tell me more, Maria. What's happening?
Well, I practice every day, but this new song is so difficult. I feel like I've hit a wall. I'm starting to lose my motivation to play at all.
Hitting a wall is very normal when learning a new skill. It happens to everyone. It doesn't mean you are failing. It just means we need to try a different way.
Really?
Of course. How about this week we don't work on the new song? Let's play some of your old favorite songs instead. Let's help you remember why you love playing the piano. We can start with something small and fun.
That sounds wonderful. Thank you.
And end of dialogue. Here, the student, Maria, used the phrase hit a wall. She felt stuck.
Yes, and the teacher gave great advice. She suggested going back to something enjoyable to rebuild that motivation. She said, let's start with something small. This is a fantastic strategy when you feel unmotivated. Now that we understand the phrases for feeling unmotivated, let's learn some positive phrases for what to do next. These are phrases of encouragement.
This is my favorite part.
We are going to practice repetition. I will say a sentence slowly, then Alicia will repeat it. Then I will say it at a natural, normal speed. We encourage you, our listeners, to pause the audio and repeat the sentences out loud.
Ready when you are, Trevor.
Okay, first sentence. Let's start with something small.
Let's start with something small.
Let's start with something small. Next sentence. I'm just taking it one day at a time.
I'm just taking it one day at a time.
I'm just taking it one day at a time.
This means you are not worrying about the future. You are just focusing on today.
Excellent. Here is the next one. Every little bit of progress is still progress.
Every little bit of progress is still progress.
Every little bit of progress is still progress. And the final one. It's okay to take a break. It's okay to take
A break.
It's okay to take a break.
This one is so important to remember.
Great job, everyone. Now let's do some guided practice. We will give you a situation and we want you to think about what you could say in English.
Okay, situation one. Imagine your goal is to clean your entire apartment, but it feels like too much work. You feel overwhelmed and unmotivated. What is a small, positive sentence you can say to yourself?
Did you think of something? You could say, okay, I would just clean for 15 minutes. Or I'll start with something small, like washing the dishes.
I love that. Instead of focusing on the huge task, you focus on one small part.
All right, situation two. Your friend calls and asks you to go out tonight, but you are feeling very tired and unmotivated. You don't want to go. What's a polite way to say no?
There are many good options. You could say, thanks for the invitation, but I'm not feeling up to it tonight. Or more simply, I think I'm going to take it easy this evening.
Both of those are polite and clear. I'm not feeling up to it is a gentle way to say you don't have the energy or desire.
Okay, last situation. You are talking to your English conversation partner. You feel that your progress is very slow. You want to express this feeling. What can you say?
This is a great chance to use our new phrases. You could say, lately, I feel like I've hit a wall with my English, or I feel like I'm in a bit of a slump with my speaking practice.
Using these phrases can help your partner understand how you feel, and maybe they have felt the same way too.
That's a great point, Alicia. Understanding and communicating our feelings is the first step. But what if we want to dig a little deeper? Sometimes understanding why we feel unmotivated can help us find the right solution.
That's a very interesting question, Trevor. So, you're saying that if we understand the why behind our lack of motivation, we can choose a better strategy to get back on track?
Well, that brings us to the end of our lesson today. We've learned a lot of useful English for talking about feeling unmotivated.
We learned how to say you're having trouble starting with, I can't seem to get going. We learned about longer periods of low motivation with the phrase to be in a slump.
We also learned about feeling stuck with to hit a wall. And most importantly, we learned some kind, encouraging phrases for those difficult moments.
Like, let's start with something small, and it's okay to take a break.
Remember, learning a language is a long journey. There will be exciting days and there will be quiet days. All of them are part of the process. Be kind to yourself.
Every word you learn, every sentence you try to say is a success. Thank you so much for joining us at English Audio Lab today. Keep practicing, keep listening, and we'll be here for you in the next episode.
Bye for now.